Alright, I'm coming to you from the land of junk here. So I just moved this guy on over to the other side of the shop. So she's over here now. Ran pretty good, drove it in. No problem. And obviously this one's been in here. That one's been in here. And that one's been in here. The bike's been in here. And all these goodies. I had some parts up here for the old C10 tailgate. And some new bedwood. Oh yeah. We'll be putting that in. I mean, hopefully like springtime. Probably not going to be until it gets warmer. But outdrive for the Bayliner. Got 87 Bayliner out there, and I'm going to fix this outdrive, plop it on, and sell it. So that's going to be something I'll probably show you. Me fixing the outdrive and putting it back on. And then we're going to sell it in the summer. And, of course, I've been cleaning the garage and rearranging, so yeah. So now I got both Dodge M37s next to each other. The 53 and the 51 are right next to each other. And then Oldsmobile's under its cover right there. I mean, there's some stuff on the back of it, but other than that, it's fine. We'll be getting the transmission started on soon, hopefully. It is started on, but finished. And the old Pontiac's just sitting here, you know? She's been just sitting. So I figured what we're going to do. International and C10. What we're going to do is we're just going to go around at minimal, at most, plop a battery in these and see how many of them start. And this is just for fun and for something for you guys to watch. And basically it's for New Year's and Christmas, which is already passed. So I hope you had a great Christmas and hope you're having a good New Year too. So we're just gonna move the old table here. You got my handy table holder truck here. And we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna hop in this thing. It's already got batteries in it, and we're gonna see if she cranks up. Batteries are dead. We move on to the next one. This is lazy starts. Lazy starts. We're not putting much effort into it. We're just gonna jump in trucks and cars and see which ones start. And we're gonna have success with some, and some batteries are gonna be dead. Fuel pumps are not gonna work. Stuff like that. The only exception of one I'm not gonna try to start is the Olds and C10. The C10 needs a starter, and the Olds needs a transmission, and I don't want to run it without a tranny in it, so we're gonna go. So we're starting with the 51 Dodge M37, which is a power wagon. For people they're gonna ask. Let's see if we can get this to turn. Come on. Hang on, I'm gonna set you down. Because I need my other hand. Oh. I think we have dead batteryage. I think the key was left on. I think we let the key on this one. Alright. Yep. Sorry, folks. This one runs good, too. That's a shame. Hopefully, it didn't ruin my coil, though. Because that's an expensive coil. So I am slightly concerned about that. Apparently, since the ignition does this, I probably turned the whole ignition thinking that I had shut the ignition off, but I didn't. So hopefully it didn't burn up my coil. The batteries are dead. We're gonna get some chargers on this. I'm gonna get some chargers on this, and maybe next time. Alright. Which one are we going to do next, you think? Actually, crap. Not this one either, because I already know it doesn't run, because I've tried to start it many times recently, and I've replaced the coil, I've done all kinds of stuff, and I had no luck. So right now it's not going to run, so we can't do it either. So we're down to just the Pontiac in here. So, yeah, we're going to do the Pontiac. See if she runs. It's a flathead straight 8. It's a 1950 Pontiac Silver Streak. Straight 8. First year automatic transmission in this particular car. 10 Woody. It's a 10 Woody. It's not real wood on the outside, but it is on the inside. And we're going to fire it up. We're not going to drive it, because there's, a truck behind it, but it doesn't run. But we're gonna start it. So, oh, we got lightage. That's a good sign. Lightage. All right, brakes on. She's in neutral. Doesn't have a park, so it's a neutral for cranking purposes. We're going to give it a couple pumps on the pedal, even though I know there's probably nothing in the carburetor. And give her. Come on, baby. It's live. I haven't started this since, oh geez, August or something ridiculous. I'm just trying to let her oil pressure come up. And even when it does, I'm still not gonna give it the onions because, this is the laziest oil pressure gauge. I want to try to get to where it can idle for you, so that it can, so you can hear it idle. Because I just love this idle sound out of the back of these flatheads, the exhaust sound. So I'm just gonna let her warm up a little for you, then we're gonna hear that idle, that lovely idle I love on these flatheads. Shit. Still not warmed up enough. Car runs beautifully. I just love this 50 Pontiac. It's just such a cool car, and it runs actually pretty good. It just, it needs a little. I probably should pull the engine and check it over and just do a freshen up on it. Not even really a full rebuild, just freshen it up. And I think she'll be good to go. Even though it's only 63,000 original miles, it doesn't run the best. So I'll probably just take the engine out, freshen it up, and she'll be good to go. It's 63,000 original miles, but this car had a hard life. So, somebody ran her a little hard, I think, so. I don't know if the fuel gauge is right. It keeps fluctuating. Probably not. Probably sitting all this time, the float is gone bad. That's what happens usually in these fast cars. I'm sorry about the lighting, it sucks. Should have brought a light in here. See if I get her the idle here. Alright. There you have it. One of them lives. You hear it? It's got like a little, I don't know if that's really a knock, but a little engine noise. It's not, if it's a knock, it's not a very bad knock, but still don't like driving it with it too much, so that's kind of why she sits a lot. But I did rebuild the whole front end, so when it hit like a deer with it, and the hood wouldn't latch because of it, so I rebuilt the whole front end. This is the original fender though. I just pounded it out and fixed it, and it was able to preserve the patina. It was this fender right here on the driver's side. Pretty cool. Love these old flatheads. They're awesome. And it wasn't a state car. You can't read it because it's faded, but it says Redesdale Estate there. And lighting's not good enough in here for you to read it, unfortunately. Let's get to that exhaust note that I love. Pretty good, huh? It sounds better when it's warmed up. Yep. It's a good old car. I like it. I really do. Alright. Let's start something else. Damn, she's running good. Gosh, I like this car. Well, next car. And, you know, I might go ahead and try to show you that flathead. I don't know if I'd latch the hood or not. Let's see here. I don't think it's going to be latched. Oh, it's latched. Yeah. Just show you the flathead. Alright, I'm just going to show you the flathead without it running, if you don't mind. It is a 6-volt battery, 6-volt system. Oh, hang on. This hood popper's a little finicky on this one, so you got it. If you close the hood with the hood popper out, the knob, because it doesn't go back in automatically like a modern car, it's not spring loaded. You got to push it in. If you don't, when you close the hood, it won't latch. So, and then if it is latched, and this is left pulled out, but it's still latched, and you got to push it in and pull it back out more. And it's kind of hard to pull out because it's, you know, the cable's a little corroded. You need to run some UV blaster or something through it. It's still not. Latch might be stuck. Hang on. Let me fiddle with it a little bit. I tried, and she's actually... I don't think it's stuck, but I can't really work on it very well because... Well, let me show you how close it is to the wall. That's the hood ornament. That's the cabinet. There's the bumper. There's the post on the building. They're almost touching. They're not touching, but they're like a centimeter from touching. That's how tight we have to pack them in to get them all inside. Because we have so many cars. So, I just can't get the hood open right now. I'll have to back it up to be able to mess with it. But, that's it for here. Fortunately, I only got one. What I think I'm going to do is right now, right now, tonight, we're just going to do the cars in here. In here. In the building. Every car that's in the main shop building, we're going to do this. So we did the only one in here that runs, which is sad because there's 4 in here. There's only one that's startable right now. Because this one would start, believe it or not, but the batteries are dead. And this one, I don't really know. I'll have to mess with it later. And this one, I need to put the transmission back in. I don't want to run without the transmission in it. I don't think it'd hurt anything, but I don't want to test it. Because what I'm worried about is, I know people are saying, oh, you can do it. People run them on engine test stands without transmissions all the time. I know. What I'm worried about is a flywheel on the back of the engine spinning around and hitting something like wiring or anything dangling down from when I took the transmission out, or parking brake cable or whatever. I'm worried about hitting that, tearing it all up. Because this is the original 64,000 original mile car. Oldsmobile 98, 1970 Olds 98, convertible, white top, white exterior, white body, and turquoise interior, I believe. And I don't want to ruin this car because it is mint. Completely mint. It's amazing. It drives awesome until the transmission blew up. Fortunately, for some reason, the transmission quit shifting and slipped like hell. And I don't know why it went out. I think it's just because all the seals in the transmission are just junk because they're from 1970. And they've never been touched. And it spent most of its life sitting because it's only 64,000 miles. So mostly just sat around and the seals just kind of decayed. So they just kind of sat around all those years. Didn't really get wet much. Because when rubber doesn't get wet often, it actually goes downhill quicker. And the rubber seals in the transmission are shot, I believe, because they never really got wet because the car wasn't driven very much. I can't even find the door. Alright. Now on the side, it's got the heat on. Yay. For me. So, this one I am restoring, and currently it has starter problems. The starter's not going to start it. It won't turn over the engine whatsoever. So I'm going to replace the starter, probably a mini starter, because the one that's in there gets burnt by these headers anyways. So let's go ahead and kill two birds with one stone there. And then hopefully this will run. I'm probably going to put the Edelbrock carburetor back on it because this Holly runs like shit on it. And the Edelbrock ran better and is in better shape. Less miles on it, so I'm probably going to run that. And I prefer Edelbrocks for street use over Hollies. It's easier to fix at the side of the road, and you can quickly change the springs and rods in them. Boom, boom. Or a Holly, you have to take the float bowls off and get gas all over the place to change your jets. No thank you. Or rather just change the springs and rods and the top of a Edelbrock and slap the top back on and keep going. Well, not even the top. It's two little things that open up. And you only got to open the top to change like the main jets. And you don't really need to do that in an Edelbrock hardly ever. Or the main circuit. Anywho. So this one, on the other hand, the International, just took the reef off of it because Christmas is over. Had the reef on the front. We are going to start it because I remember it running really good last time I started it before I went on vacation. So now I'm back. I'm going to see what it does. The car is looking really good. Alright, we'll see what she does. And crap. Let's go ahead and close all the way. Screw it. Alright, we're going to fire it up. Let's do it. I have a feeling this one's going to be way too easy because I just drove it all over town before I left. Looking at Christmas lights. Why? This is an excellent vehicle for that. Look at this back window. Oh, it's a glorious side back window. Yes. And then look, windows there. here. This thing is virtually no blind spots. And of course, the other side is the same black window. And boom, the back window, the back window. I love this old station wagon. It's awesome. All right, let's start it up. It's probably gonna fire right up. Usually does. We drive this one a lot, so it shouldn't be a huge problem. I don't have a key for it. I'll be back. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. I went and got the key. Let's see what she does. Alright. Fuel gauge works on this one. Ooh, I fixed that. Ooh, that's luxurious. Normally don't get those. So, we're just gonna, well, she probably don't need any choke. Whoa. Whoa. So, if you're like, what sweet flying fuck just happened? Let me tell you something right now. If you have a stick shift car, which this is, which people don't believe it is, sometimes I tell them, because they've never seen a 3 on the tree before. 3 on the tree, you shift on the column. Alright? That's why it's called on the tree. 3 on the floor is down here, you know? Like every other stick shift car. This is a 3 on the tree. It's up here. It's a 3-speed manual trans. That's why you got 3 pedals. One's a clutch, one's the brake, and one's the gas. And that's just a brake controller for trailers. Don't ignore that. That's aftermarket. This right here is a 3 on the tree stick shift. So, I'll go ahead and run through them for you real quick. Not that matters. Reverse, all the way up. And then I believe first, right there. Second, I think, is just straight up. Second. And then third, I believe, is straight down like that. There's third. And that's it. And then you bring her up to here. That's neutral. So now, another tip is, so that doesn't happen, that would not have happened, push the clutch in when you start a manual. Who knew? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give her some choke. She's running. Choke's on, and she's running. So this thing's got one exhaust leak on the passenger side I gotta fix still. Other than that, runs like a top. Alright. This is a cold start. We'll do what all the YouTube people like to do. Get the exhaust while it's still cold. Hurry, it's gonna get warm. People like to see right on the cold start, the exhaust. Some of them like to see the motor too while it's running. Something like that. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a two-handed job for a one-man plan here. Oh yeah, they like to see it running under the hood too, right? Like this. Yeah. Just don't pay attention to the aftermarket shiny airplane. Just look at that steamer. Alright. And then people also like, what, during cold start videos, they usually give it a rev or two from under the hood. Is that something they like to do? get an exhaust shot while revving, right? Is that something? Hang on. I don't really think I could do that. Because Lincoln's is on that side. I don't know if you're looking at it or not. I can't tell. That's what the people like to see, right? See if she'll come down the earth a little bit. Boom. Now she's at a normal idle. Just purrs along. Alright, now people want the warm shot, right? Is that something they do in the cold start videos? I don't know. The warm shot. When the choke's off. Alright. I'm done jacking around. What a loyal car, though. Just sitting there idling like no one's business. It's like 20 degrees outside. It's like 25 degrees, maybe. It's probably only 20 here where I live. And 68 International, original, never been rebuilt. Just idling away, no problem. And it is 129,971 original miles. Non-rebuilt. Who knows? It may have rolled over. I want to know. But she runs. Would you look at that? Shut this and stay in. So, what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I do have 3 more classic cars to start. I got one out there in the tent garage, and then I got I got 2 others in a trailer. I got a 25 Model T in a trailer. We're going to try to see if my arm can crank that long enough to get her going. And then I got a 77 Triumph Spitfire. We're going to crank on her a little, see if that British iron will fire. And then I have a 1963 Buick Electra 225 with the 401 nail head in it. We're going to see if that Buick can start up too. So the Buick, I'm thinking, here's the battery for it. I got it all charged up. Just going to plop it in and see what she does. The Model T, she may be dead. I don't know. I haven't had a charger on it all winter. And it's 6-volt system. So you know that's going to go great. Because that one I want to do let's start at hell or high water, no matter how cold it is. So I might have to get the torches out. I might have to boil some water and put it in the radiator. Who knows what crazy crap I'll have to do. But, hey, some of the old timers back in the day, 20s, so they did. They boiled some water up, got it nice and hot, and poured it in the radiator to help starting in the winter. And then they would also, what they would do is they would, look at my junk. They would also heat the engine up. They would heat it up with like a fire underneath it. Well, not necessarily a fire. I don't know. They would like duct hot air from a fire underneath the car in some old time garages. I've seen them before. They have a fireplace and they have like a duct from the fireplace that goes underground over, and there's a hole in the ground under the car, and the heat rises up under the car and heats the engine block. So they had that too. Some guys would just heat the bottom of it with like a torch. Bottom of the motor, like a block heater. What I'll probably do is I'll probably stick an electric block heater on overnight if I'm cheaty. If not, I'll do nothing and just suffer cranking cold oil, which sucks if you've ever done it. But you probably haven't. And I'm talking about literally cranking by hand, not starter. No, I'm talking about cranking by hand. So the Model T will be interesting. It'll be probably the most interesting one. And then the Buick, probably going to be easy like the Travel. It's probably just going to light right off like it did. And the Woody lit right off too. It just had to pump some fuel up with the mechanical fuel pump. So, it'll be fun. So I'll do that. And who knows what else we'll do after this. This is just something for the holidays. We're just going to start all my crap that runs. And it'll also give you a chance to get to know the cars a little bit. So, it's a good idea, I think. And, happy holidays. I'm starting garbage. So, it's going to be fun. Well, then I may go ahead and do all the modern cars too, but if I do, it's going to be in one video, because most of them, unless the battery's dead, or something goes catastrophically wrong between now and then, they're just, you guys have modern cars. What do? You get in there, you turn the key, and boom. That's about it. So that's why if I do that, it's all going to be in one video. And if it's boring and nothing goes wrong, I probably won't upload it. Because it's just going to be me getting in cars and turning the key, they're going to start. Yeah. But we could do something more interesting. I got a 99, that may be the wrong year, Chevy Prism in the backyard that's totaled out, wrecked. The frame's been a foot over. You may try to start that puppy up. I knew it ran. It ran a year ago. It ran in 2019 and early 2020, but it has ran since. I'll go back there and crank up that Junkyard Pig if you want me to. I'll go back to that totaled out car, and I'll fire it up. Just for the hell of it. I know I could probably get it to run, but it may be challenging. We'll see. I haven't started it since it was parked in the yard. But it did run after the wreck, and it did drive here. So, no, it was towed here, but it did run and drive. And I drove it to the spot it's sitting in. And, we may do something on parting out cars on that car. That was my plan for it, was to part it out and sell everything and make a profit off of it. To fund stuff like, I don't know, that, all that other junk in there, and all the junk down in the trailers and in the, out in the tree row, in the yard, wherever. Oh, if you're wondering about Olds transmission, it's right there. There's the Turbo 400 for it. Yep. It was started on, but not